Okay, it's that time for one of a lot of people's most dreaded times when it comes to styling their hair. Trim. I am comfortable trimming my hair at home because I've been doing it for years and I have done all the weird mistakes that can happen when you cut your own hair. So, if you don't feel comfortable cutting your hair, make sure you go to a credible natural hair stylist to get your hair cut because um, you can get it messed up if you go to the wrong place. For example, if I'm wearing my hair out straight more, which I usually do in colder climates, I'll go to maybe a hair cuttery place that might be designated for um, white people. I don't know how to put that nicely. A hair cuttery place for white people with very long straight hair. So when I go to those places, I always come in with my hair already straightened. So they have to do is shape it up and trim it up. I'm not necessarily a fan of Dominican places cutting my hair because some places they'll do a really good job cutting it and they'll cut off all the dead ends, and then other places will kind of hold true to what a lot of black women are fearful of, cutting off too much. I'm the type of person, I don't care how much I cut off as long as my hair is healthy. So if it doesn't always look as long and luxurious as it could be, it's not the end of the world for me. It'll grow back. Um, my hair is actually like, if you see, like it's this long right now, and I actually had hacked it all off a couple of months ago. Like I had color in my hair, and my hair was shedding really bad, and it wasn't getting as straight as it could be, and it wasn't soft, and just a lot of issues. So I just hacked it all off, and it's already back growing back. So I don't die at cutting my hair. So for people who are afraid of cutting your hair, you need to cut to get your hair to grow. I know it sounds scary and it's like, well, if you cut off some, doesn't that make it shorter? You're right. That's how that works. But it grows back over time and it'll grow back healthier if you cut it. So a few things I look for when my hair is needing a cut is I look at how long it's been since I last cut it, which it's been months. I don't cut it every month. Clarification. Last time I cut it um it was before I had my son. So that would have been about, I want to say, 6 or 7 months ago. I probably should cut it more than that, but I was huge while I was pregnant, so I didn't have the energy to do anything. So when I cut it, I just one and done. Plus, I cut it so short that it wouldn't have needed a haircut for a while, and yeah. So a couple things. When you cut your hair, make sure it's clean. Like you washed it, everything's out. No co-washing. No co-washing. No spritzing with a little water and then trimming it off. It needs to be clean because when you have products in your hair, it can make the shrinkage different. So like your hair might not pull out as far, or it might pull out longer than it normally would, and then you cut it when it's in a hairstyle or it has product on it, and then when it's washed again, it looks funky. So that's the main thing you need to look out for. Also, detangle your hair. I will be doing videos on definitions of different natural hair words, buzzwords that I've heard over the years, and explaining what they all mean. And I'll also do like a product. I'm not gonna say haul because I already own these things, but like products I personally like, and I'll go over all of those with you guys. Today, I just decided to film myself cutting it because I don't do it often, so this is the only chance I have to film it. So when I was in the shower, I washed my hair thoroughly twice, and then I worked a normal conditioner in my hair using this brush. Then I rinsed that out, and then I used a deep conditioner treatment, hair mask treatment. I want to say it's a hair mask mixed with the deep conditioner because I was low on both. And so what I did is I took the brush and I worked it through my hair and let that sit while I, took a normal shower, and went ahead and rinsed that out. So now my hair is just, it's pretty wet. It's like when I take my hand, it's pretty damp when it comes back and things like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fluff it out so it's a big fro. And I'm going to take my big wide tooth comb first, and then I'm going to go like this. and work it through. And because I detangled it, it makes this whole process so much easier. Also, as you can hear, my son's having fun in the background with his toy. So if you hear weird rattles and cranking noises, that's his toy that he's playing with. Okay. So. Another thing I look for when it's time to cut my hair is how much it's shedding. Like, if I take my hand in the shower and I have a clump of hair coming out, I'm like, maybe I should trim off the ends because it's just shedding really bad. It's getting damaged and working its way down the follicle. I also look at if I have a lot of little bits on the tips of my hair that are damaged or tangled or whatever. I'm like, yeah, it's time for a cut. So those are some things I look for. And this is just detangling, and also just to show you guys how healthy my hair is. I've been combing it after detangling and all that jazz, and no real severe shedding on my comb. That is a sign of healthy hair. Just your comb should not be covered in hair every time you comb your hair. That's concerning. But boom. Also, what else do I look for? I look for if I notice that my hair is like weird lengths all around, I'll try to even it out. And today, just for clarification, I'm doing a curly cut. I'm not doing a straight style cut because I haven't worn my hair straight in a little 6-7 months now. So keep that in mind when it comes to cutting my hair. Okay, so now I'm going to be looking in the mirror in front of me. Okay, so all fluffed out. When it comes to my hair, and over time you may notice this through some of my videos, I like to work in quadrants. So I'll take my hair now that it's fluffed out, and then I'll part it down the middle. And I will put it in 4 quadrants to work with. And they don't need to be perfect. I keep saying that because I do know people who are perfectionists when it comes to everything. So yeah, this is not a styling technique. This is a make yourself not so overwhelmed while doing your hair kind of thing. Now, give me 1 second. Quadrant back here. And this quadrant back here. So we're going to start with the front. Now what I do, I'm going to be looking in the mirror while I'm doing this because I can't do this concisely while looking at the camera because I don't want to mess it up. Where did my scissors go? Ah, they're there. Okay. So I'm going to just grab a piece and pull it all the way out and cut the ends. All right. Hold on. Crying baby. Okay, I've let you guys know before that my videos aren't perfect. My kid was pooping, so I had to pause because I heard him doing the poop noises. Anyway, back to the hair. Yeah, so I cut this off and then, yeah, okay. Sorry, I got really thrown off by a little kid pooping in the background. So I grab my hair, comb through just one more time, and then I go like this and I pull the hair up and trim the tips. Very carefully. Okay. And I go all the way around the entire little puff quadrant. Now, a lot of people will call this a dusting because I guess you're just cutting off dead ends on the tips and stuff like that. So this is a dusting per se, but I mean, you're still cutting your hair in my opinion, but whatever. Okay. That. Okay. And at most, just if anyone's wondering how much hair I'm cutting off, I'm probably cutting off 1/2 centimeter. Just a guesstimation of how much, because like if you see that, that's how much, and then bam. There we go, knocking stuff over. Okay, so once you've cut it, you might even notice like a difference in how it feels when you run your fingers through it and things like that. It feels softer. So then I'm going to do my whole head. I'm not going to film that because that will take forever. So once I finish my whole head with the dusting part of it, I'll come back. Okay, while I was cutting my front, I thought about it. You might be wondering how to cut the back. So when I cut the back, I comb out, but I comb kind of down. And then I check it twice, cut once. Because you don't want to accidentally cut up too much. So I pulled it down, and then I dust off the bits. See, cut off all that, and bam. So again, comb down, check twice. Check twice, cut once. These scissors kind of suck, so. I'm gonna do that piece again because I actually don't think I cut any hair. I bought these hair cutting scissors a couple months ago, and they're not exactly great, so eh. I can only cut one way for some reason. Okay. All right. Then once you get to the middle, you kind of comb up because you're in the middle of your head, and when you make a fro, your hair will kind of stand up this way. Pull it all the way out, and boop, 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 boop. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other side of that, and then I'll show you the whole thing. I just figured you might want to know how to cut the back of your head just like you do the front, so yeah. Okay, so I have done a dusting over my whole head. Now, just in case you have some bits that fell into your hair instead of onto the floor, which a good broom will be a lifesaver for. Comb it back out, make sure you got all those fluff bits out. And I look for any uneven parts on my hair. And what I say about uneven is like when I comb it out, does it make an even fro or does it make kind of a lumpy one? This part is strictly style, not health. So I'm combing it out to see if I need to even my hair out. And also with me, I don't like a perfectly round fro because it looks kind of 70s-ish, I guess. I think it's 70s. I want to say 70s. I might be wrong. But I do like it to look at least decently neat. Okay, so combing it out, it actually came out pretty even for once. Usually when I do this, it comes out a little lumpy. Gonna make sure I did this right. Okay. So then, to kind of even it out, if you're still like, oh my god, how do I even it out if my hair came out kind of uneven? After you cut the dead bits off, you go around and you kind of just go like this around very lightly. Don't like when you cut it, just very lightly go around it and cut off the uneven little scraggly bits. Like here's one for me, but I can't. There we go. And I kind of go like this very lightly on my hair. I'm not cutting it right now because I don't want to accidentally snap something off. So I cut the little scraggly bits off and I look for things like damaged bits. I look for uneven pieces, knots in my hair. And again, like just to give you an idea, I'm not cutting off that much hair. Like it's cutting off little fine pieces. It's not. This is not the chop part. The chop part was when you did the little dusting and like pulled out these pieces and all that. This is the evening out your hair so you don't have a lumpy fro. And I usually don't wear my hair out like a straight fro very often. So this is kind of like surreal for me looking at it like this. So yeah. Piece right there. Okay. So yeah, that is how you cut your hair. After you cut it, again, I recommend either using a wide tooth comb or some type of fine brush. And when I say fine, I mean like a detangling brush for your hair, not a fine brush like a coarse brush. This is the part of the time where you're trying to get any cut off bits out of your hair. This is the only brush I have right now, and I'm not a huge fan of it because you can't really use it very well in the shower. I don't know if you noticed, but it's holding water in it. So, yeah, so that's how you cut your hair. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below about cutting your hair, and hopefully I can answer them in a timely manner. So, good luck. And I'll put a disclaimer on this video. Do not cut your hair while watching the video because that's a great way to cut off a chunk of your hair. I'm going to put a disclaimer in the video for anybody who made it this far. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to style my hair.